Welcome back, Poke Nerds. Today we're here and we have another deck profile for you guys today, and it's a little bit different deck profile as we're just laying it out at different times. But guys, this is the first expanded video of the channel. It is Marshadow Night March, a deck that I will be running for expanded. I absolutely love it. The bad thing is that Marshadows only have 150, Joltics have like 30. It's very easy to KO this deck, but it's very easy first turn to get out 2 battle compressors and hit for like 100 and something first turn. So for Pokemon lineups, we're starting a little bit different. We run 4 of our man Joltik. Now, can you guys see that? Alright, there we go. So we run 4 Joltik. Now, Joltiks they have Night March, so they have the Night March attack. And does 20 times each Night March in the discard pile. So then you can use that attack with Marshadow for just a DCE. And hints, we're only playing DCs in the deck. We'll get to that later. For another Night March, we have the Pumpkaboos, except for its Night March is 3. But you run some other stuff with it to help out to get this, because if you only have Pumpkaboos in your discard pile, it's going to be hard to get 3 energy because we're only playing DCEs in the deck. Another Night March, same thing, 3, but it's actually a Psychic, and this is all colorless. So that kind of hurts us, but our main attack that we use is Joltix, because Joltix is only a DCE. And then we play 3 Marshadow, and this is the big thing of the deck. I don't have any Marshadow, so they're all printed out. But we use Shadow Hunt to Shadow Hunt this, or this. And Battle Compressors come in handy on this deck. But yeah, that is that. But then we also run 2 Tapu Lele, because why not? That needs to be in every deck, guys. Let's move on to the support lineup. We don't run a lot of supporters. So we do run 3 Sycamore. Not the world's best. You could run the 4th Sycamore. I recommend running the 4th Sycamore, but we only have room for 3. We only run 2 Guzma. Not a big bring up stuff, because you can pretty much KO anything. I mean, the max damage, if you have all 12 of these in the discard pile, you're hitting for 220. So yeah, you guys are hitting for 220, and with all these in the discard pile, it's not hard because you can use Battle Compressor since we're playing Expanded. And it's very easy to play Standard with this deck, but you don't get the Battle Compressors, and that's what hurts this deck, and there's no way of discarding these stuff. We do run 1 Skyla and 1 End. The reason we only run 1 End is because we're more on discarding with Sycamores and Ultra Balls than putting it back into our deck, because you don't want to put these back into the deck. And we do run 1 Teammates because of everything here can pretty much get KO, because it's only at 150, 70, 60, and 30. So Teammates is the best to run, and running Versus Seekers in the deck, Teammates is the best. You can get out your DCEs or whatever else you need. Running into the item lineup, we do rely on items. This deck relies on items the most. You guys will see more items in this deck than probably the supporters and probably the Pokemon. So we do run 4 Ultra Ball, and Ultra Ball in this deck are amazing because you can get out your Marshadows with it and discard these things at the same time. And it's very awesome. I mean, with 4 Ultra Balls, you're going to need to run it. Speaking of discarding, we run 4 Battle Compressors, and that is because we can search a deck for 3 of these and discard them. And that's the whole point why we discard them. And then we run 4 Trainer's Mail, since these things are rotating. You can have the option not to play these. Let me just rearrange these. You have the option not to play these, but Trainer's Mail on this deck is pretty good because you can get out these supporters or all of this extra stuff. Ooh, all the extra stuff. So we also do run 4 Puzzle of Time. That's right, 4 Puzzle of Time, because we can get back stuff from our discard pile. DCEs come in huge in this deck, so you're going to need your DCEs back. We do run Special Charge for that, though. We also run 4 Versus Seekers, and this is one of the key items and the whole thing, because we can get back our teammates, we can get back our Sycamore, we can get back all of these, but there's not a lot of support. So versus Seekers, you could run 3 if you want to, but this thing right here, you're going to need this often because you're probably going to get KO'd. Best way to start is with Marshadow and a DCE, but it's not the easiest to start with Marshadow because there's only 3 in the deck and more of these than this. But if you start with the Joltik, doesn't matter if it gets KO'd. Fine by me because it just goes straight into your Discard Pile. We do run 3 Fighting Fury Belts because we are running all basics except for Lampent, but Lampent's not used because we don't have Psychic Energy. And Pumpkaboo, its Night March is 3. So we could use these 2, but this one's just more for the Night March. And running Fighting Fury Belt with this, adding up to 190 is the best, because Choice Band in this deck won't add the extra 40 to him, making it so Marshadow dies quicker. And then we run a lot of items. We run like one Floatstone, 1 Escape Rope, and the reason we run Escape Rope is because we need to switch out with Marshadow on one of these, because you don't want this thing stuck and they're not going to KO it, and they're just going to start sniping this. Pretty bad. But we also run 1 Field Blower. Not the you don't really need to run Field Blowers. There's not a lot of stuff to discard here. We do run 1 Rescue Sketcher, if you guys can see that in the corner there. And the reason we run 1 Rescue Sketcher is because our Marshadows are going to die quickly. And running the Rescue Sketcher in the deck isn't the best thing to do. You could probably add an extra Sycamore or extra, probably something like this. You can run the 3rd Guzma if you want to. But when this dies and you don't have a Rescue Sketcher in the deck, and you only have 3 of them, you're going to have to go into these things, and most times these things are discarded. So that's not the best to do. We do run Special Charge because that's the only way to get back our DCEs or 2 Puzzle Times. And 2 Puzzle Times are really good because you get back Marshadow and the DCE, which is not on the field yet. We do run 1 Ace Spec card. Computer Search is the one you want to run, but I only have Drowsing Machine and I didn't really want to print out Computer Search. But I might get a Computer Search, but I might stick with this because I can get Trainer back from my Discard Pile. I can get back one of the Field Blower. I can get back pretty much any trainer I want. But also discarding 2 cards so I can get these boys into the discard pile. So that's just the way to run that. And then we run 2 stadiums in the deck. I'm guessing which stadium we do run. The Dimension Valley. The reason we run this, guys, and the reason we run 2 of them, that I'm going to put up in the corner up here, is because, I'm sorry, I'm wiggling the thing, is because if you look at Pumpkaboo, it's a Psychic, so then the Dimension Valley makes its Night March attack 2, so then we can use it. So if we don't have any Joltiks in our discard pile, and we have a Dimension Valley out, and we only have a DC on this thing, we can still hit with Pumpkaboo. And that's pretty good to hit with Pumpkaboo. And then to finish it off, we run 4 DCE, and I had to print out 2 DCEs because I did not have 8 DCEs because I run it in my other deck. So guys, that kind of wraps up this deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys leave a like below. I enjoy this deck. I played it a little bit versus some Pokemon people, but it's not the world's best deck. But we're gonna see some play in the expanded tournament. I'm not going to the expanded tournament. I still want to run it because there's free nights I can run this. But I mean, I love it, and it's just my playstyle. I like discarding stuff with my battle compressors and just getting it all away. So hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you guys leave a like below and subscribe if you guys are new to join Team Poke Nerds, and we will see you guys in the next video. Poke Nerds out.